Abusua enrada before say OSP eba beto ensafre Adom orchard kwa me netima kwa kopi mo ho a na so kwa me arrest semi nyina eba bebam ni detainment bebam no anopa na oba life abusua eba be church ni semu de ntia kosusu se OSP na tu na ni esi ne so Kissi Agyabeng tu na ni esi ne so pese by all means possible no otimi eputu ni in behind bars ne ono so investigations why any ade obekikra ni nyina na bisha nkasa emu na okobo Manaase Azure or investigative journalist okobo ni din ewo na bisha time a okọ ya detain no gay na chia e ho na Manaase eba online bisha ni Facebook page so be making some series of posts about Adom orchard simbia oka ebatan hono chima dokribi e obabi no kribi any baby na bisha ne wa grant interview with OB of Asempa FM wa chechre nsemwa about the intia OSP na etimi tons afa na watimi editing no any bill ho nsensem abusua sisi aye atre na obabi na ochirima and the OSP no na abusua enye ne kwaso no because we say osi obi a committee nipa no he was a board chairman your management e wo ho you CEO ho na board the board for any state institutions and the board no ya na say management no e de enema e corner board no approve. That is what the management do. That is what management and the board relationship no etie. Yobusua intino waja OSP etimi eja management ni CEO ni omo kika ho nyina ho asan ho nyina straight to board chairman so no na committing offense in a contract bia omodema company because the company did not have the ability to execute the contract at that time or suspected some conflict of interest in a seven day routine tribunal yana keke ne yankuni nkuti so mama na se de two dan we wan watch wadwe.
But me kind story now, there seem to be some focus on the board chairman. Yeah, cause ade a OSP invite na kototo na no ne ade and the bail terms ne ade so another conversation. But role ben because the name say board ne the omo call for approval and then the management can do the rest. Why the focus on the board chairman? Manaase.
Me said there was a focus on the board chairman. There are 3 or 4 instances. One is the focus on the company. That's the major one. And then the rules will be a
player.
Yeah. It will share PPA. We will share managing director. No, they will share be a let's say contract. Let us say a backdate. No, managing director. No. On the rule, no. But later, board chairman no eba mo no say many airport for no kasa no. What will be per service to be rendered that normally what your command management say we can make person be ye e wo mo company no. Na management share na say wo mo ta wo mo for further engagement, presentation and proposal. Na enweki womo hwe na se o se board na eba mu a na woma escalate e dey call the board na board na actually am approval but womo se sa contract yi it didn't come through management it shall see a board level managing director Yvonne Nana Efio Paris was it the first time on which she ever tested proof with Equano? It was at a board meeting. Now maybe so okay, but it's not about board meeting. Airport will be so board chairman for Adom orchard and I do a mobile. It's the call for what's okay now me see and it's a may if you can ever company. Now at some more can say more and the company about board the bia chassis. So a no clear and answer no clear. Now for no clear why this our company extra and why they introduce a company now because our board minister so when I would chair board meeting. Also when to me kind clearly but so no clear na do mobile dear from Mbabia.
Mhm.
And I miss this okay. So we make kind clearly crana. Who can't you be ready or mobile and I say and I'm also and a mobile. And no basically they want to me I'm here. And so we share our contract where Yana man for sure na board chairman the and as a board for the Omonka contract. That no clear woman is saying so our contract we ensure CNP management extracted from the board level. So the year na sanko ku our mobile for la much for so you can see an airport will be juma. Also okay, Monko management when I'm propose and a management mission ya mo de baba. And they say it's the Nyadian could be a best friend so million no was our contract even. But the information I work Ghana Airport Company Limited they say a balance our contract here. Board chairman in this uncle we buy then Kopui said your money qualification. Now we should board level no crana company no by year presentation no. That company now na bar board level for another board ministry. Our board ministry on 16th of August.
And we the company now your friend no dev tech so say no.
DevNest system.
DevNest no. Okay.
Yes. One on oba by year presentation. And it's also buy no only board no. A car fee for person. And a board meji team say one dey demand the man. It approve a local board no.
And there is correspondence to that effect.
Yes, your board minutes.
Say board ne ka so mo de contract de be ma DevNest for no.
DevNest, yes.
Okay.
The board minutes signed by Paul Adom and the board secretary.
Okay.
So the are making me attend the copy farm out.
Okay. Okay.
But the reason you share ever touching a contract. And to the chair Paul Adom it design school. Now a banner sign a company every presentation. So when I met you here and a board legitimate. And I must have said the same company one man among these guys say Sika Wabeji and we do a better and I'm on 2 more. And I'm more board on the castle or PP approval. No more for contract you and my company A. And what you when buy a company B a buyer money contract you mom. And also as I take a share one sedan kind of money be but the woman subsidiary not a failure money be a name. And so me a subsidiary now one company or more say company be a legal separate legal
entity sure.
Any other
yes.
If a woman had come up at least and was send you over here presentation I will exhibit and also demonstrating a capacity. The man who did a Jew making a yearly, I don't like some of the man. And also, the man of fine now, or the court no acquire if you show more and I say what action as the ministry. And she ate your buy and a walk at and say, oh, the first meeting on my presentation, they're not. DevNest for a buy, but subsequently, a matrix and a buy. That what your board means now, I will not for la demonstrate as yes, and yet, throughout a DevNest system, one more ever takes via our board ministry. That is airport only here for I don't want to see that's some more board minutes. So could be ever take a PR. Won't make me action. But
in all of this, I mean, listening to narration in the BBR, the agreement itself, airport company, rep our sign was the MD. Letters from the company to PPA, from the MD of the Ghana Airport Company to PPA. You made the point earlier, said the board chairman role was to introduce the company to management against convention, said okay, you know. But really, what wrong did the board chairman do in this whole process? Because okay, said ubusa the question or respond say even if someone introduce a company in the crowd to management, what was wrong with that? And I ask the same question, Cecilia, in your way, you know, what do you think is wrong with that? And I said, what's wrong did the board chairman do in this whole process? Any narration out there,
I think the board, you know, approved a company with no capacity to do the work. And that company in itself admitted it didn't have the capacity to do it. And within the same period, the procurement moved from company A to company B. And maybe Paul Adom Numpo. And the initial comment on making and say, if the two companies are not related, then there's a problem. Because company A cannot come and make a presentation and you award a contract to company B. These are the words of Paul Adom.
Yeah, but
so the question is, I don't know whatever charges your friend is saying, PPA, Office of the Special Prosecutor.
Yes.
At the moment, but there is evidence that whatever infractions that occurred, the management of airport company and the board of the airport company have played a role in this. There's evidence that everything started from the board. And mind you, there is an official who was also arrested and detained. Our MD on your board member, or your commercial, or your sort of head of commercial department, Ghana Airport Company. So when it comes to the charges and the legalities, I'm not privy to exactly.
The OSP will handle that.
Yes, how the OSP handles that, or the evidence the OSP has against each one of them in their role. But what I can say for a fact, that there have been procurement infractions in this deal. And the cancellation at this time means that they themselves admitted that, look, and Yamani to Chima, and where in the department or the organization where these contracts handled, they were handled at the board level where it originated and the management level. Who has the board? Paul Adom. Who has the management? Mrs. Yvonne Manaase Opare. Yeah, because my name is Juada.
Yeah, also OSP at all, Safreno. Yes.
Safreno, or the commanding.
But on the board, so, you know, what that don't mean, say, because a board it take collective decisions. So then every member on that board should be heading to OSP and not just the chairman. And
well, I don't know if every member on that board was the one who went and brought this company. Multimedia
yes.
Now all the DNA a company be eba. Na enko reaction no company no ho wan sema na multimedia say wo mo we nhwehwemu a menyi ni say wo mekasa sempa fu nyina na emra because the only company ne buy no wo no ene be no and I say dia near oil head of department you know.
Yeah, but if I introduce a company to board, I was a board they make a collective decision. Now maybe in the decision making process, no problem eba. It's a collective because I did not impose the company on them, but I introduced the company to the board and took the company through procurement process. If there is any issue along the way, a collective decision. I don't take the fall just because I only introduce the company to the board. Unless there be evidence for in your way.
Okay. And no, make us say
yes.
You and I don't know the full details, information. Yeah, they special prosecutor.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's someone who didn't even come in this all my investigation until it
Simple FM.
But yeah,
okay.
There were also people from within the organization, almost the board chairman, from away in terms of the contract.
Okay. Okay.
All of those things are being said, and I think so. We see for Adom they hinted at something like that. Say okay, special prosecutor, say find a fellow, find a say away. When I was doing the investigation, these things came up. And we don't know, but I don't know. So over Kaya, and see a once and semi by ya, a man for Kwesiase.
Yeah.
What chairman of that can be? I think
Bafuboni Modia, yes, I remember.
Yes, there was a procurement like that that went wrong. That people from the NCA went to jail. The management no quiet. But what chairman was here?
Yeah.
So sometimes you just say generally. So it's a collective decision. No?
Well, of course, you handle. Yeah, you handle every, and I'll give you another example. I mean,